Well, this right here was, let me move this microphone over and get my little blue head in here. Everybody needs a little head. They just do. Anyway, this is about Runway AI, this video. Now, before I start talking about them, I want to say that I think that it was a fantastic website, and I really enjoyed working there. This was I'm working on a movie. It's the name of my company, actually, Shrunken Head Studio. I have tons of videos, older videos, that talk about my shrunken headness. So I'm working away at this. I'm minding my own business. And this is about, now probably about 3 weeks, a month ago. And I was paying my bills for October. And, online, and I'm looking at my bank statement, which I always do every month. And I noticed that Runway had billed me twice. I'm in one of their tiers that costs $35 a month. And that's perfect for me because, I'm not doing that much, and I can get a whole, enough footage out of that month. And then the rest of the time I spend either making, images or illustrations that I can use to make short videos. So I go on the site. I'm looking around, everything's fine. I can still use everything. And I go to their little complaint department and I go, look, it looks like you guys have billed me twice in 1 month, and I'd like to know why, and is there any way we can fix this? And I thought that was it. I was a lot longer than that, and I was very precise and, telling them all the details of what happened. And then on election day, which didn't really bother me that much because I had already voted like a couple of weeks before, I get an email notice from them. And it says, well, sorry that you're leaving our service. We really enjoyed you being there. And I'm like, oh, God. So I go back and I send them another email. And I go, look, I'm only inquiring about my billing. Am I in the right place? Tell me what to do. Is there somebody I can talk to? Nobody. They have no phone numbers, or everything's pretty automated, I'm sure. AI'd. So, and that time they go, well, look, go over here for this type of complaint. So I hit the button and I go to this other place and I type in, but the only choices it gives me is to complain about the software in some way or another. It didn't work correctly or blah, blah, blah. So I didn't do much. I was going to look at them the next day. So, but I decided that day I was going to double check my bank account. So they, well, this is what happened. I tried to stop it. I said, okay, this is bumming me out. So I went back to Runway. I got on there. Nothing worked. I couldn't use the site. It recognized me. It recognized it took me on the site, but the site didn't work. It just kept cycling me around. I couldn't use any of the, I couldn't use Gen 3 or Gen 4 or Gen 2 or whatever, any of that stuff. And so then so I went back and just for shits and giggles, I went to my bank account, and there it was again. Another $35 they were trying to extract from my account. So I had to call my bank. Got the bank to stop that final payment. I could never get any money back for October. I never used any of my points or anything. I might have used a couple, but I still had, 90% of what I'd paid for sitting there in the points. They have this system, So I finally got in touch with the bank, and then I finally found it all the way down in the corner, on the very bottom where it's like the footnotes of the website. I went to a little thing hidden way in the corner that said support. So I go, okay, one final attempt, and I went there, and I had to shuffle through a bunch of stuff, and I finally found a place where I could delete my account. And they went, danger, danger, Will Robinson, you're going to delete your account. Everything is just, you're not going to get your, I go, well, nothing's working. Now you guys have already taken my money. Screw you. So now I put a stop on them at my bank. If that doesn't work, I'm just going to go ahead and change out my debit card and my numbers, which I've had to do before in the past. But anyway, no big deal. I'm just telling you, beware of Runway and their incredulous business practices. I think this is horrible. I think that the way that they treated me, I'm not going to forgive them right now. I might later because their site's so good, but I'm going to find something else. I'm looking at I've already gone to a place called Caber. It does different things, and one of the ways that it manipulates images is pretty cool. So I like that, but I think I can be, plus they're a lot cheaper. So $10 a month. And not anywhere near the in Runway AI, you can literally extend a video to up to about 40 seconds, I believe, something like that, which is pretty incredible. It's a long time to stare at something. And I'm sure all the other AI companies will be catching up with it. But seeing as how I'm a Linux dude, I don't mess with anything. I don't mess with Google. I don't mess with Microsoft. I don't mess with Mac. So I'm stuck with either online or whatever the FFEMEG, I think, is that, whatever that protocol is, which I can do in my terminal. I can take images and manipulate them in there. Just haven't figured out how to do it because you have to know how to type the code in. I've had a little session with ChatGPT, and it gave me some codes or some commands to give the, to tell Bash in the computer how to manipulate that. I got to find out if I even have that on the computer. If that program's even installed. But anyway, that's just my Runway AI complaint. Sorry. I'm going to really try hard to not complain on my next video. I hope that works out. Because it seems like that's all I've been doing on this site over here is complaining about AI and, video cards and all that other stuff. But anyway, just, I don't think that, I just think they have a crappy way of dealing with the public. They ought to at least, they could at least farm it out to somebody in Bangladesh or something. So you can talk to a human. Hello, my name is Bob. Something like that. Anyway, adios, mi amigos y mi amigas, and buenas noches.